I haven't had a roundup of Stylark patterns for ages, so that's what I'm doing this week. About October, November time, I don't think. So filming our whole video today to show you what I've been buying since about mid-November. It's now mid-March, so we're talking 4 months altogether. So let's see what I've got. The first two patterns I have to show you are quite unusual for me because they are accessories patterns. I have, first of all, the Montana bag. This is a new pattern from Stylark. It's a bag which goes alongside the Montana dress. As you can see, the model here is wearing the Montana dress and she's got the Montana bag in a matching fabric. Now, this is quite an easy bag to make. It is lined and you can also pad it so it has a puffy effect, also the pattern says. So as you can see, it's got some quilting along here and it's actually got a zipper at the top and a nice padded handle. I probably wouldn't ever put padding in my handbag because I'm absolutely useless. I've never actually done any quilting before in my life. So I'd be really quite scared about putting wadding in it or padding in it. So I would make this in just a normal poplin and maybe some lining. So the first pattern there is the Montana bag. The second accessories pattern I bought is called the Cozy Duo. This is published in possibly the end of our winter, so maybe November, December time. It consists of a bucket hat and a scarf, which is kind of a keyhole scarf. So you put one end of the scarf through the keyhole. I particularly like, well, I like both the scarf and the hat, but I'm particularly interested in making the hat because I quite fancy making a bucket hat for myself for this spring and summer. Two tops then, and a top that was published by Stylark quite a few years ago, but has been re-released. It's called the Diana Knit Tank. Now, the first original pattern was just the round-necked tank. It didn't have all the neck variations, so it's been updated and republished. I've already got this pattern in my sewing pattern files, if you like. But I've got the old style. And one thing that Stylark have done is updated the pattern files. So you can now buy this pattern in layered multi-size format, rather than just the one size format. I had the one size format before, so I got a size either side of the side I'd chosen. So for example, I think I bought a size 12 and I got both the 10 and the 14s, but they're in separate files. So I rebought the pattern because it has all the neckline updates and I could have a multi-size layered pattern. I really see myself making this up, actually, this for my capsule wardrobe in spring and summer. As you know from the previous video, I do have a round neck tank, just an ordinary basic tank and my plans, and I think any one of the necklines here would fit the bill. I could make it in cotton lycra quite happily in a number of colours, and I probably would never get sick of making this pattern. Something beyond basic now, it's the petal knit top. Now, I think this pattern is extremely similar to the Accessory pattern from Itch to Stitch that I showed you in my capsule plans in my last video. The petal does have just an ordinary round neck rather than being gathered at the front like the Accessory is, but it does have these flutter sleeves. Now, I've looked at the pattern and I don't think I'd be able to make the petal without the flutter sleeves because there's a kind of a gusset under the arm. I might be able to recreate an armhole somehow, but I'd have to look carefully at the pattern for that. But yeah, that's the petal knit top from Stylark. Stylark published a brand new pattern this week and I had to have it, of course. It's called the Rowie Knit Top and Dress. Here we go. It's really quite an unusual pattern. The pattern has a draped neck, as you can see it here, and a draped body. So it's a very draped effect. You can either have a top with short sleeves or a top with long sleeves, or you can make the dress version, which again can have short sleeves or long sleeves. It's, like I said, it's a very unusual pattern, something I've not actually seen in patterns before. So of course I had to put that into my basket. Another top, which was a free pattern, I think it was in December, I'm not entirely sure about that. It's the Mavis tunic. And this is a very unusual pattern as well in the design, in that the Mavis here has a front seam and a back seam, but it also has inserts. So it has inserts in the sides and in the back. So it gives the garment a swing effect, as you can see here. Now, the models are wearing the Mavis over a nice pencil skirt here, which it says on the pattern is a yo-yo skirt, and over a dress. So I made myself a long dress in the summer last year, which is navy. So if I wanted to make that dress multi-seasonal, I could make up the Mavis and wear it over the top of the dress, and it would look like a perfectly designed outfit. Two dresses now. I've had this pattern in my wish list for quite a number of years, but I've never bought it because there's always been other patterns I've wanted. It's the Ariana woven dress here, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sundress. It can also be made up as cami top with buttons down the front and shearing obviously at the back there. The dress also has buttons all down the front and a sheared back, but obviously then the cami is made into a dress with a full skirt, which is gathered onto the waist. That's your typical summer sundress as far as I'm concerned. It's nice and strappy, nice and cool, and nice and floaty for the summer months. And I can really see this being worn with a nice pair of flat sandals on the beach, or going out to a nice night spot in a European country, or of course on a nice cruise. The pattern that's been in my wish list for quite a while is the Susie knit dress. This pattern has again been republished by Style Arc, so that you can buy the pattern now in multi-size and a layered format. This is a bit more of a formal dress than the Ariana sundress, in the fact that it has either long sleeves or short sleeves there, but it has a crossover front and a nice sleek skirt. This is for knit fabrics. Ariana is for woven fabrics, but this is a bit more of a formal dress, so you can wear it to the office or to go out to lunch at the weekend maybe with your friends. So yeah, it's a bit more of a formal dress than the Ariana sundress. Let's go on to the pants now. Still with summer in mind, I bought the Braxton woven shorts. I actually bought this alongside another pattern, which I will show you a bit later in the video. But yeah, these are a really nice pair of tailored shorts for the spring and summer months. They do have a fly front and they have a waistband, but they are more fitted shorts, they're not pull on. They have a nice deep hem here, they have darts and pleats in the front. So they are a really nice pair of shorts that you could wear maybe to the office if you chose the right fabric to make the Braxtons up in, or maybe you could make them in a nice poplin cotton for the beach or a spring or summer holiday. The Anna pants were another free pattern. I think they were again a free pattern in possibly January or February. Anyway, I got it as a free pattern, and originally I thought, do I really want it? Because it's quite a basic trouser, but on closer inspection of the pattern, it's just the kind of trouser that I'd be looking for. You can either make it in woven or knit fabrics. It has an elasticated waist treatment. It does have a waist cord here, but you don't have to put that in if you're using elastic. It has a nice straight leg, not too big at the bottom, not too flared at the bottom. I can see these being made up in French terry for a nice leisure trouser or a leisure pant, and also in linen to wear with maybe a nice top or a nice short jacket. So yeah, very versatile pattern then, I'm glad I had it. The last pair of pants then is the twig woven pant. Lots to say about this one, lots and lots of design features here. If you are familiar with the Style Arc Bob and Barry pants, you will know that they are a banana leg or a barrel leg style. And the twigs also follow along in that kind of style, if you like. Apart from the twigs are more fitted. So the waistband at the front here, instead of being totally elastic like the Bobs and the Barrys, they've got a fixed front waist here, and then there's elastic in the rear of the trouser just to fit around your back. That would really help me because I have a sway back and I always have a gap at the back of my trousers. So, or the, you know, at the waist, the back. So the elastic treatment here would really help me for nice fit. They've got a lot of lovely pin tucks to add shape. They've got this lovely banana leg shape or barrel leg shape, and they really are a very nice trouser. Now I think these are very, very similar to the Belleville jeans, if I'm honest. They don't have all the same design features, but they certainly have a lot of similarities. So I know that Style Arc trousers fit me, or bottoms fit me really nicely, and I'm wondering whether I should make the twigs instead of the Bellevilles for my spring and summer wardrobe. What do you think? Any advice for me? So yeah, if you've made these, can you let me know what you think of them in the comments below? I'd really appreciate your feedback. When I mentioned the Braxton shorts, I mentioned that I bought a pattern along with it. It's kind of it was a deal, if you like. Buying the Braxton shorts and the Sloan woven jacket together saved me a little bit of money, so I did buy them together. So the Sloan jacket is a really nice, simple jacket. It's very oversized, so I think I'd end up going down about 4 sizes, if I'm honest, from the garment measurements. It has either welt pockets or you can have patch pockets. So I'm a bit of a coward, so I'll probably be trying the patch pockets. It's an unlined jacket, but it does have a lot of the features of a classical jacket. So it has the single breast and lapels, and it has a back vent as well. So I would say that if you use the patch pockets for this, and it's your first time making a structured jacket, this is probably a very good pattern to start with because it's actually quite straightforward in its construction. So yeah, that's a Sloan jacket. My second jacket pattern is the Adelaide woven jacket. Now on first glance it looks very, very similar to the Wren jacket that I made in the autumn, and I thought the same thing. I thought, well, I don't need this pattern because it's so similar. In actual fact, it's got lots of variations. You can have it lined or unlined. You can have it with pockets at the front on the chest here, or side pockets. And there's also an option to bind the seams if you don't line the jacket. This is a woven jacket, whereas my Wren jacket that I made was made in coral fleece with a slight stretch. So it's got huge buttons on the front as well, so you could use my trick of using fasteners if you didn't want to make buttonholes. So yeah, I can actually see this jacket being made up in linen for spring, and then when it gets to autumn again, I do have some suiting that I'd like to make up, and I think that would make a really nice jacket up in some suiting that I have. So yeah, I also bought this pattern. The final pattern is the women's knit PJs pattern, as you can see here. Very simple pattern, but obviously very useful. It has a round neck, long sleeved top that you can see here, and pajama bottoms with an elasticated waist. Now again, it's giving you long legs and long sleeves, but I can see cutting these sleeves off to make a short sleeve top and make pajama bottoms into pajama shorts. So a really versatile pattern there as well. That's all from me today. I'm off to order some fabric, so next time I might be able to show you a fabric haul. Until then, happy sewing. Bye bye.